Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of GIS Answers. Today what we'll be looking at is one of the topographic map applications that has been developed for Patreon members, and that's available when you join the Patreon channel, and I'll provide a link to that in the description underneath. And basically what it is, it's a web map that you can access, and it has different levels of detail for topographic information. And that can be useful if you're out hiking, if you're out in the outdoors, hunting, fishing, whatever you're doing outside, or maybe you're squatching. Let's say you're hunting for Bigfoot. You could use these topographic maps, and you could use this application that has been built for you. And that's available on the Patreon channel, as I said. So as you zoom in, you get more detail, and you have to be connected to an internet connection. As you can see, the topographic maps start regenerating, and the more detail is available as you zoom in. So you get detailed contours, information on lakes, towns, rivers, streams, mountains, forests, highways, trails, reservoirs, all kinds of features that you would see on the ground. As you can see how detailed these contours are. Very, very useful if you're out in the field. So we've got some tools. You can scroll in and out using the mouse, or if you use this on a phone, or let's say an iPad, it will work really well on an iPad. I can tell you that. Very, very well. With a good internet connection, obviously. Scrolling in and out, or zooming in and out using your fingers on the screen on a phone or an iPad. We've also got the plus and minus tools for zooming in and zooming out. The home button will take you to the full extent of the map. And then you've got my location. So if you're using this on a phone or an iPad that's connected to the internet, you can click on my location, and that'll use the GPS settings on your device, and will zoom you in on where you're located, which is kind of handy if you're on a trail, or hiking along somewhere, or on an ATV or whatever. You can actually see yourself your location moving. So we've got some other tools here. We've got measurements, so you could measure. Let's say if you want to set up for squatching or even hunting, whatever, you can use that measure tool, and you can change your units, and you can measure distances. And you can measure distances and change the units on the fly if you want to. So I went from yards to miles there. Okay, and you can clear and close to finish. Well, you can actually do areas too if you wanted to do an acreage, or hectares, square miles. Let's say you wanted to know, let's say you're hunting an area, and you wanted to know the acreage. Double click to end. There you go. If you want to know your location as far as longitude and latitude, there you go. Just click on the map. You can print to PDFs, JPEGs, other image formats, SVG, PNGs, GIFs, EPS, TIFFs. So you can print your map to a PDF and save it for later. So maybe you don't have internet in the field where you're going. You can save to a PDF, and you'll have your image, you'll have your map. You can make notes using the sketch tools, or the draw tools. Let's say setting up a night of squatching, and let's say, yeah, maybe that's a hill there. Okay, so let's say you want to mark that, and maybe you've got some friends who are working with you on an expedition, and they're across the way. Maybe they're over here, and maybe you're really adventurous, and you have another group over here. Let's measure between those points. Okay, a mile, and another mile. So yeah, that could be potentially a useful tool. So people, your group, if you're separated, can know uh, where you are in relation to each other, and you know some of the features on the ground as well in relation to each other. So once you've zoomed in to a really detailed level, large scale area, you are now using the Esri topographic map. So what you can do is you can use the imagery map if you wanted to. So you turn on the imagery. So that provides even more detail. So not only do you have topographic maps, you also have the imagery available too. So this is really good for showing trails. Like if you have to go from one group of people to another group, you have to meet up somewhere in between. You can these guys here would know to take the trail and meet up halfway. Quite a useful tool, I think. We've got search tools. So let's say we're going to Watertown, New York. Watertown, New York. There we go. So you can search various place names. You can search roads. Probably search mountains. So yeah, any land feature you can search on there, and it should zoom to it. In the USA, it'll be quite a useful geolocation tool, a search tool. So yeah, so this application is available to our members on the Patreon page. So please subscribe, and I appreciate the support that I've received so far. This is the kind of thing that I'm interested in providing to you guys. Thanks a lot.